But anti-Semitism has nothing to do with our website or the science of the destruction of the 3 World Trade Center high-rise buildings on 9/11 to which it's dedicated. The scientific method is nonpartisan, apolitical, and a transparent process. Scientists defend their positions in public based on accepted, defensible processes, while reports put forth by the government and others have labored in vain to explain away the massive scientific evidence for controlled demolition left behind in the rubble. The witness testimony, the videos, we at AE 9/11 Truth have simply collected, assembled, and structured it in a way which enables everyone to understand it easily. Simon Wiesenthal was a paragon for seeking the truth, however hard and difficult it might have been. The Simon Wiesenthal Center should be honoring our right to publish technical information and encourage fact-based forensic inquiry into the 3 largest structural failures in U.S. history, not branding us as inciters of terrorism. Tolerance arises from understanding, and understanding from direct experience. In this light, we'd like to meet with you and your board and staff to present to you the specific concerns documented at AE 9/11 Truth regarding the science of these collapses. We'd like to learn from you what you perceive as so threatening so as to deem it necessary to warn Congress about us. By understanding each other's concerns, we will strengthen our mutual resolve to work toward the creation of a more truthful and tolerant society. And we ask to meet with them, which they have never responded to.
Oh, they never do. Now, you guys have gotten so many other engineers. You said over 400. There's all these other physicists, scientists, underwriting laboratories people. I mean, the evidence, NIST admits that they're having to look at bombs in the buildings now. We have all these firefighters saying, yeah, they're going to blow it up, get back. We've been told get back. And no, don't misrepresent us. 9/11 debunkers, truth debunkers. We're not saying the firefighters did it. They were compartmentalized and told to get back. So don't try to misrepresent again. We believe it was a demolition team, some controlled demolition company that did it, and it would only take about 100 people to do it.
Well, there are witnesses also of sounds of explosions at the base of Building 7. Kevin McPadden, former Air Force search and rescue officer, discusses hearing these sounds of explosions that shook the ground, and then the building came down. In fact, prior to that, a couple of seconds, he heard a radio in the hands of a Red Cross worker.
Yeah, countdown.
Where he heard a countdown.
And they said, "Run for your lives."
1.
Yeah, they said, "Run for your lives." 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
I don't know why he would have said that, but fires don't respond to countdowns. It just doesn't happen like that.
Well, the reason he said that is the firefighters were all pulling out, the police were pulling out, and the volunteer EMTs were going, "Why is everybody running?" And the guy's like, hold on. He's like, "Just run for your lives, all right? Listen." And then he let them hear it, and they all start running. Because, the firefighters and police weren't involved. They told them, "Get back, building coming down." And then they heard the countdown, which is admitted. They kept saying during the news, well, they may bring that building down. I actually heard that on ABC News in my car that day. They're thinking about bringing down the Solomon Brothers building for safety concerns. But see, they don't want an investigation about that. We'll be right back. I was making the point to Richard Gage during the break, behind the scenes for PrisonPlanet.tv viewers, that the debunkers, they have been making fun of the fact that Richard Gage's wife left him over all of this. They call up threatening other people at their homes. They post the tapes online. They're very proud of themselves. Every dirty trick, every form of lying, every form of threat. I had them call up and threaten to call CPS on my kids. And then they're mad that I threatened them back and said, "I'm going to have to sue you." And they posted something else about it the other day. I mean, just if the CPS shows up at my house, you will be sued. Okay, you understand, you bastard? I think I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I'm just tired. And I even know who this person is. But the point is that these are the type of threats we get from the big 9/11 debunkers. Now, some of them we know are government agents and on the government payroll. When it comes out, the 9/11 is an inside job. When it comes out, just like it's come out, the Liberty was staged, now declassified mainstream news. Just like it came out, Gulf of Tonkin was staged. But this was 3,000 people you killed. Those of you that debunked and covered up, and when your bank accounts get checked and it gets shown that you were involved in taking government money for this, you're going to go to prison. You understand? You're going to go to prison. Because your threats, your lies, your intimidation, all the crap you've pulled It's not funny that Richard Gage's wife left him. It's not funny those towers were blown up and all those people died. It's not funny that you threatened me. And look, it's going to come out. I know in my gut, the new order's coming down. It may take 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. But we're going to haul your butt out of your house. You're going to go before a grand jury, and you're going to get indicted, and you're going to go to prison. What do you say to them apples, Richard Gage?
I find that comforting, Alex. It'll be a nice switch around. It's the people that are telling the truth are so in the minority, speaking out. There's so few of us, and we're working so hard and against such great odds against this media complicity and silence. And
I've had them call up. I've had them call up and say, "I'm going to file a false report and have your children taken." And I'm just like, my God! I go, "You're actually telling me this to my face." And I go, go ahead and do your crime. I know the cops aren't going to do anything, but you're going to pay. Don't make me spend $30,000 to sue you, and they just can't control them. I've had to do this a couple other times. You think I like having to go build a case, drag you through the mud, make you hire lawyers? Just, folks, give me a bunch of money, because I want to sue a bunch of people too, and I'm not litigious. It's not even for money. When I sue them, it isn't even for money. It's to make them hire lawyers to hurt them back. I am sick of being messed with. I'm sick of the harassment, and I'm not going to be pushed around anymore, Richard.
Good. I don't have the same set of experiences, fortunately, yet. I hope I don't. I don't know what I'll do if I.
Well, Richard, I'm just getting real with my audience. I'm just getting real. I was at the dinner table with my grandmother and my parents last night for a party, and I just started saying what I really thought about other issues. I mean, I'm going to just start saying what I really think and what's really going on behind the scenes here, because listeners need to know the kind of stuff we go through every day. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think they do, because I'm now at the presentations. I'm having to make sure people are aware that we cannot save this country by continuing to drain the equity in our home and having to sell it by ourselves. The few leaders in the 9/11 Truth Movement must be supported by those of your listeners and those who come to the presentations. We have a lot of work to do, and it is very expensive to produce new informational products to wake up the American people. It's very expensive to put ads in paper, and we rarely break even on these presentations. We're not financially successful. Now, maybe we're not the best business people. I don't know about you, but we need a lot of help. And people can go to our website if they really want to help, and click the become a sustaining member button. I mean, for as little as $10 a month, people can make a huge difference in this organization, which is at the forefront, along with Stephen Jones and David Ray Griffin and yourself and others, because we have the necessary credibility with those architects and engineers. And when we have 1,000, and we won't get to 1,000 without the help of your members, we will turn heads in Congress. But we've got to have the support. So I hear that too.
Yeah, well, I also want to point out that every day I have people like yourself on, and then try to be a aircraft carrier for everybody else, so that people then go support you. That's what I do. I have hundreds of people on every month and try to get my listeners to support them. I know my listeners can't support everybody. That's why we need to grow this audience, because that's all this is a launch pad. The other organizations and groups and things and churches that do other things, they just tell you, feel good, don't be politically involved, do what the government says, and only give money to this ministry. I don't do that. I've never asked for money in the past. I've had told everybody to give money to everybody else. Now I'm saying support me, because I need to be able to defend myself from lawsuits if they happen. I need to be able to protect my own family by suing people. Believe me, I don't want to waste my time doing it, but sometimes I just have to. I need to be able to pay for a Zogby poll to get major attention on something, or on 9/11. I need to be able to get a bigger office, better bandwidth, better cameras, fly somewhere to cover something, to get media coverage. I mean, we are having an effect, and we do need support. That's why the InfoWars Money Bomb is coming up Saturday. And I'm asking everybody I've supported, even other talk show hosts, and other people and other groups, to come on. And, G. Edward Griffin, who I got him thousands of new members to his Freedom Force, I'm asking him to come on and support me. Because, I am really a nexus point, this radio show is, and we need people's support. And we need it as fast as possible. Absolutely. Richard, you've got the floor for a few minutes. Get into some of the basic science of what happened.
You got it. And that is our mission and our goal, is to raise awareness with the architecture and engineering community and all others, actually, and that's what we'll be doing in Chicago at 7 p.m. this Friday night at the University of Chicago. And we're going to be talking about the fact that in the Twin Towers, we're told that there's this 15-story section of building that crushes the rest of the building and at free fall speed, and crushing 80,000 tons of structural steel as if it didn't even exist underneath this section.